Hello, senior high school students. I am teacher Rochelle Ciresos, and I am your teacher in Creative Nonfiction. So welcome to Creative Nonfiction, and congratulations for having successfully finished your week 1 to 4 learning activity sheets. And now you are going to learn your week 5 learning activity sheets for the second quarter. But first, let us have the learning competency. So the learning competency is writing a draft of creative nonfiction piece based on memorable real-life experience. Are you ready? If yes, let us begin. Moving on to our objectives, by the end of this lesson, you should learn how to write a draft. You should learn about the forms of creative nonfiction, and you should learn or must learn on how to write a draft. So breaking down our topics and lesson for today, we are expected to learn about creative nonfiction, writing a draft of creative nonfiction, the importance of drafting in writing, and lastly, the ways on how to write a draft. So moving on to the introduction to writing and creative nonfiction. Have you ever wondered about the meaning of writing in depth? So what is writing? Here it is. Writing takes an important role in various communicative endeavors of a man, most especially in the academy. However, writing is not only for academic and professional purposes. Its beauty and dynamism can also be utilized for the expression of one's creativity that will provide readers not only learning and understanding facts and valid pieces of information, but also amusement and enjoyment in reading. And then, what is creative nonfiction? So creative nonfiction as a writing genre exudes qualities relevant to the provision of useful and factual information in a way readers gain amusement and enjoyment. So this is according to Baronda 2016. Okay, so moving on to the other meaning of creative nonfiction. Creative nonfiction describes what the form is all about. The word creative simply refers to the use of literary craft in presenting nonfiction. It is a factually accurate prose about real people and events, according to Lee Gotkind, 1997. Fumar in 2010 noted that this genre combines the authority of both literature and fact. So now, after knowing what creative nonfiction is, let us move on to the forms of creative nonfiction. So the first form of creative nonfiction is the autobiography. What is an autobiography? So an autobiography recounts the story focusing on a person or event in the life of the writer. So particularly, the writer is writing his or her own story. That's why you can see here in the image, it says, "That's my story." Okay? So here are the forms of autobiography. So we have the memoirs. Memoirs are real stories of the writer's relationship with a person, place, or even animal that also include the writer's insights and feelings towards the relationship. And we have autobiographical sketches or narratives. So the purpose is to describe a time or a series of events in the writer's life, including insights about them. Next form of an autobiography is the personal narratives. So personal narrative is also known as an autobiographical incidents. Text of this form focuses on the highlight a specific event in the life of the writer. Then We have the last form as an example for this lesson is the reflective essay. So, reflective essays recall and recount an experience. Insights on an experience are also expressed. So again, presented here on the screen are the forms of autobiography. We have the memoirs, autobiographical sketches or narratives, personal narratives, and last but not the least, we have the reflective essay. So moving on to the other form of creative nonfiction is the biography. So just like an autobiography, a biography is an account that highlights the story of a real person's life. The featured individual in a biography can be either famous or infamous. Also, it can feature a person who is either living or deceased or dead. Okay? So, biography focuses on the story of another person's life or focuses on the story of another person. Okay? That's why you can see here in the picture, it says, what's your story? Moving on to the other form of creative nonfiction, which is the travelogue. So what is a travelogue? A travelogue is a form of writing that focuses on one's journey or trip. It may recount one's travel experiences, but it gives more emphasis on certain aspects that exist permanently in the place being journeyed by the writer himself or herself. Another form of creative nonfiction is the essay. An essay is classified as a composition in prose form of enough length and is typically intended to explain an idea, theory, or an impression. Last but not the least form of creative nonfiction that we are going to study today is the literary journalism. So what is literary journalism? Literary journalism is a form of creative nonfiction in which factual reporting is facilitated through the utilization of narrative techniques and stylistic strategies that are mainly observed in fiction writing. It attempts to communicate facts through narrative storytelling and rhetorical techniques. After learning the forms of creative nonfiction, we are now ready to learn the meaning of draft and its importance to writing. So what is the importance of drafting in writing? So the importance of drafting in writing is to organize the content, okay? So for us or for you, my dear students, to produce a well-crafted paper, it is important to know the different importance. So what is a draft or what is drafting? So what is drafting? Drafting, according to Walden University in 2020, a part of the writing process, you will write multiple drafts of your paper. Each rough draft improves upon the previous one. So the final draft is simply the last draft that you submit. So meaning to say, when you are writing something, okay, for example, you are writing an essay, of course, you need to do drafting, okay? In order for you to make drafting, okay, or to write a draft, you need to outline and you need to write all of your ideas and the like. Okay, so now let us study the importance of drafting in writing. So what is the importance of drafting to writing? So to produce a well-crafted paper, it is important to organize the content. One of the ways in organizing the content is by using a draft. So during the drafting stage of writing, a writer develops a more cohesive text and explore their topic. It helps in expanding and modifying initial plans and ideas, producing a more meaningful sequence or flow. So through this process, writing improves. It makes the paper clearer and more organized. So moving on to the ways on how to write a draft by Sandaga. Okay. So we have the ways on how to write a draft, and first on the list is the brainstorming list. Okay, so when you are writing a draft, the technique that you can use is the brainstorming list. So what is a brainstorming list? A brainstorming list is an informal way of generating topics to write about or points to make about your topic. It can be done at any point along the writing process. You can brainstorm a whole paper or just a conclusion or an example. Listing is a brainstorming technique many people find useful. It means doing just what its name suggests, listing possible topics and then sublist of things you could say about each topic. So therefore, it helps you generate topics and narrow them down and improves your creative thinking skills for you, my dear students, to understand the possible topic. Okay? Another is that a brainstorming list is an informal way of generating topics to write about or points to make about your topic. It can be done at any point along the writing process. You can brainstorm a whole paper or just a conclusion or an example. So, on a brainstorming list, you simply jot down all the words or ideas that come to your mind about the topic. You can make the list when you have many ideas. You can cross some of them as you limit the topic. Also, you can refer to the list later on when your mind goes blank. Okay, so moving on to the steps in making a brainstorming list. So here are the steps. We have 3 presented on the screen. So first is to start by writing down a general topic. Okay, for example, your general topic is love. So you are going to write about love. Okay, you are going to write your list of ideas, your brainstorming list of ideas about your general topic, which is love. So second step is to write all the words or phrases that you can think of in relation to your topic, which is love. So you can mark this by using bullet points. For example, love. So you can list is sacrifice. Okay, so love, sacrifice, or love is sacrifice. Love can make the world go round, and the like. Okay, you can also say love, sharing. So for you, love is sharing, or when you share symbolizes love because sharing symbolizes love, right? Okay. Now, moving on to the last step in making a brainstorming list is the do not feel pressured to come up with a coherent piece of writing yet. Simply allow yourself to generate as many ideas you can about, or you can write about the topic. So here is the example of a brainstorming list. So your general topic is college course. So here is the brainstorming list of the college course. Okay, so we have my interest, my skills, long-term plan, school prestige, cost of schooling, course requirements, financial status, practicality, demand, parents' approval. So moving on to the other technique in making a draft, or to the other way in making a draft, is the mind map. So what is a mind map? So mind map is a graphic organizer, also known as a knowledge map, cognitive organizer, advanced organizer, or concept diagram. This is a communication tool that uses visual symbols to express knowledge, concepts, thoughts, or ideas, and the relationship between them. The main purpose of a graphic organizer is to provide a visual aid and facilitate learning and instruction. Okay, so a graphic organizer, or this mind map, aims to provide a visual aid to facilitate learning and instruction. So here in the picture is an example of a mind map. Okay, so here in the middle you can write your topic. Okay, for example, the topic that we made as an example is love. Okay, so you are going to write here sacrifice, sharing, it can make the world go round, and the like. Okay, and a mind map Okay, as I've mentioned a while ago, it provides a visual aid, facilitate learning and instruction. So again, mind maps provide a visual aid, facilitate learning and instruction. So moving on to the example of mind map is the example presented on the screen. So as you can see, here is the example. So your main topic or general topic is what do you already know about William Shakespeare. For example, wrote plays and sonnets. Then plays can be divided into three main categories: histories, tragedies, and comedies. So William Shakespeare was also born in England and born in Stratford upon Avon in 1564. Okay, so this is an example of a mind map. Moving on to the other way in making a draft is the outline. So outlining your first draft by listing each paragraph's topic sentence can be an easy way to ensure that each of your paragraph is serving a specific purpose in your paper. You may find opportunities to combine or eliminate potential paragraphs when outlining. First drafts often contain repetitive ideas or sections that stall rather than advance the paper's central argument. Okay, and additionally, if you are having trouble revising a paper, making an outline of each paragraph and its topic sentence after you have written your paper can be an effective way of identifying a paper's strengths and weaknesses. So here is the valuable or the several purposes for saying that an outline is valuable. Okay, so meaning to say these three purposes here serve as the reasons or as the statements why we can say that an outline is valuable or an outline is much needed when writing a draft. So first is for organizing one's thoughts before writing. Second, for checking the organization of a piece after it has been written. And then third, for understanding a different reading assignment. Okay, so moving on to the kinds of an outline. Okay, so first kind of an outline is the topic outline. So topic outline, or in a topic outline, every heading is a word or a phrase, not a complete sentence. So this type of framework is sufficient for short papers. It is especially suited to documents such as an exposition of a process or classification in which logical connections are no problem. Okay, so take note, when you are making a draft and you are using the topic outline, in making or writing your ideas, you are just going to transform them into words or phrases. Okay, so another kind of an outline is the sentence outline. So in the sentence outline, every heading consists of a complete sentence. This outline is usually useful to longer papers such as research paper. It is much better than the topic outline for any paper that requires the writer to see the logical relationships of the various parts. So sentence outline is much better when you are writing a long paper, or for example, you're writing a research paper, so you should use the sentence outline. Okay, so take note, when you are writing or making an outline and you use the sentence outline, of course, when you write your ideas, you are going to write them in a complete sentence. So moving on to the format of an outline, so here is the format. Okay, so as you can see, you have here the Roman numeral 1. So first, the main idea. So when you have a topic, for example, the college course, okay, you are going to make an outline about the college course. Of course, you're going to write your main idea about the college course, about your topic, and then after that, followed by the subheading. So this subheading supports the main idea. Okay, so when you write a subheading, you must write it with a capital letter. So we started with letter A, and then after that we have the Arabic number 1 and 2. So detail supports subheading A, and then 2 detail supports subheading A. So this detail supports, okay, the subheading A, and then you can also call this as sub-headings. Okay, so we also have here an addition to the outline, the Roman numeral number 2. So this is the second main idea. So you are going to write your second main idea about your topic, which is the college course. Okay, so we made the college course as our main topic or our topic for making this outline. Okay, so we have here the second main idea, and then A, subheading supports second main idea, and then B, okay, we added another subheading. Okay, it supports the second main idea too. Okay, so under here, as you can see, with your subheading, we have here the subheading. Okay, this subheading support your subheading letter B. Okay, so again, this is the format of an outline. Okay, so there are things to remember when we are making an outline. Okay, first, use Roman numerals for the main idea. Second, use capital letters for subheading. Third, use Arabic numbers or numerals for supporting details. Then fourth, place a period after the numerals and letters that introduce the points in the outline. Fifth, indent each level of the outline. Moving on to the sixth one, we have if there is A, there must be a B. If there is 1, there must also be a 2. Seventh, begin every point in the outline with a capital letter. 8. In a topic outline, state each point as a word or a phrase, not as a complete sentence. 9th, do not place periods after any of the points in a topic outline. And then 10th, or the last one, is in a topic outline, state the points of each division in parallel form. Use the same kind of word or phrase within each division. Okay, and then moving on to the example, we have here these two kinds, okay, of an outline. Okay, so we have these two kinds of examples of an outline. So we have the parallel and not parallel. Okay, so when we say parallel, which means this is correct, okay, they are aligned with each other. Okay, well, not parallel, this is not correct, so in short, it's incorrect. And because why? Okay, so as you can see, we had discussed the things to remember, okay, when you are making an outline, right? Okay, so you can see here in the parallel, we have identical skyscrapers, stained glass made 55 floor high. So these are all just written in a phrase. Okay, so this is correct. So this number 1 is phrase, 2 phrase, and then 3 phrase. Correct. While here in the second example, not parallel, we have 1 identical skyscrapers, which is a phrase, and then 2 some are stained glass made, so this is a sentence, and then 3 others are 55 floor high. Okay, so sentence 2, so which means they are not parallel. So when you make an outline, make sure your outline is parallel. When you make a topic outline, make sure you only use words or phrases. When you make a sentence outline, make sure you only use sentences. Do not use words, do not use phrases. Okay? Did you get it? Okay. So moving on to how to make an outline. Okay. So when we are making an outline, okay, so we must select a subject. Okay, you must select a subject. So choose one that is not so broad to be adequately treated with the assigned number of pages. Okay, so robots is too general, but the subject robots for cafe crew is probably limited. Okay, number 2, write out your purpose. Your statement of purpose tells how you intend to treat your subject. 3, make a list of ideas that support your subject. So list the ideas as they occur to you. Do not be concerned with the order. 4, cross out unnecessary or unrelated ideas. Compare each idea on your list with your statement of purpose. If you find any ideas that do not support your purpose, cross them out. 5. Determine the main headings. Sometimes the main headings come from the list you made. Refer to your statement of purpose to help you make your headings. 6. Group the remaining ideas under the main headings. 7. Decide which points will be subheadings and which points will be supporting details. 8. Arrange the main points and subheadings at precise order. 9. If the outline is to be a topic outline, make sure that each point is stated in the parallel grammatical form. Then 10, if the outline is to be a sentence outline, make all points in complete sentences. Okay. So 11, as one writes from an outline, he may make changes, crossing out points, adding some, moving others. Okay. So after learning the ways on how to make an outline, let us have the example. So presented on the screen is an example of a topic outline. So the topic, why students go to college, and then we have the main ideas. Roman numeral 1, aiming for a brighter future. Roman numeral 2, break out of your shell. Roman numeral 3, gain new skills. Roman numeral 4, get involved. And then we have the subheadings A, B, C, and then here also in the Roman numeral 2 we have A, B as subheadings, and then Roman numeral 3 we have A as subheading, and then 4 we have letter A as subheading, and then this letter A has subheadings. Okay, so we have the Arabic numbers 1 to 3, and then we have another one subheading is the letter A. Okay, so as you can see, this is an example of a topic outline. Okay, because they are written on, or they are written in phrases. Okay, so please note here's in the letter B. So opportunities available taking you to adulthood and future career. There is topic why students go to college. Please disregard this one. This is a typographical error. Okay, it must not be included here. Okay, thank you so much. So let's move on to the example of a sentence outline. Okay, so in here we have the same topic why students go to college, but you made this outline by writing them in complete sentences. Okay, so Roman main ideas, Roman numeral 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you have students are aiming for a brighter future, students are breaking out of their shell, students gain new skills, students are getting more involved. And then you have the subheadings written in complete sentences too, the capital letters A, B, C, A, B, and then we have students are working on a career that they want. Students are going to have their own business. They are going to earn much money. And then Roman numeral 2, the subheadings are they are becoming more outgoing. They have an opportunity to hit books harder. And then Roman numeral 3, main ideas. Students gain new skills. It has one subheading, which is letter A. Their classes will improve your skills and make you more confident. And then Roman numeral 4, main ideas. Students are getting more involved. It has 5 subheadings. First, A, they have the chance to meet new people. So, as you can see, subheading supports the main idea. Okay, so students are getting more involved. So, they have the chance to meet new people. They are meeting their professors. They are engaging themselves with their schoolmates. They are making new friends, opportunities available, taking you to adulthood and future career. So when you have an outline, it is easier for you to be able to write a creative non-fiction piece. For example, I, as your teacher, okay, presented here on the screen, I asked you to make or to write an essay about why students go to college. So if you already have your outline and use this sentence outline or topic outline, it will be easier for you to make your essay. Okay, essay is one of the forms of creative nonfiction. And take note, we are studying this for you to familiarize the ways on how to write a draft. Okay, so I am teaching you on how to write a draft so that it will be easier for you to make a draft and to make a creative nonfiction piece, which is the essay and the like. Okay, so moving on, another tips. Okay, so we have here tips in writing a draft by McNulty and D. Okay, so first, when you write a draft, find your most comfortable method. Second, try creative approaches to capture ideas. Third, set realistic expectations. Fourth, pick a focus for your draft. And then fifth, allow your first drafts to be messy. Okay. And then sixth, get feedback on your draft when you're ready. And then 7, get it written, not write. So these 7 are the tips in writing a draft. Okay, so moving on, let's have our activity. Okay, so our first activity is the true or false. Okay, so for your direction, please bring out a yellow sheet of paper. Okay, and then answer these quizzes. Okay, so these quizzes and these activities that you are going to see here that are presented here are also written in your learning activity sheets. I also include them in our video lesson. Okay, so just follow your learning activity sheets and this video lesson, and then bring out a yellow piece of paper so you can write your answers. Okay, so first one, we have true or false. The topic outline uses sentences to list ideas. Okay, take note, do not forget to follow the instructions written in your learning activity sheets. Okay, so what is the answer? The topic outline uses sentences to list ideas. I will give you time. Okay, so you can stop and pause this video when you are answering. Okay, so just go with your pace. Okay, so the answer here is false because the topic outline uses words or phrases. Okay, second, the sentence outline uses words and phrases to list ideas. Of course, false because the sentence outline uses sentences. Okay, third, headings get the supporting ideas that further explain the main ideas. They are written in capital letters A, B, and C. Is this true or false? Of course, this is false because heading is the main idea and it is written in Roman numerals. Okay? Then another is subheadings are the specific details or concrete examples of the supporting ideas written in Arabic numbers. Okay, so the answer is false because the subheadings are written in capital letters. Okay, next, subheadings look for the main ideas in the passage or text written in Roman numerals. Okay, true or false? The answer here is false because subheadings are written in Arabic numbers. Okay, another one. Brainstorming helps you narrow down your ideas. True or false? The answer is true. Another. If you are having trouble revising a paper, making an outline of each paragraph and its topic sentence after you have written your paper can be an effective way of identifying a paper's strengths and weaknesses. True or false? Of course, this is true. Okay. Another, listing is a brainstorming technique many people find useful. It means listing all the ideas that comes from your mind or all ideas that come. Okay, forgive me with this one. This must be come, not comes, from your mind that are associated with the topic. True or false? Okay, very good. True. Next, outline is the skeleton of any written text. It serves as a guide in organizing your ideas. Usually it is done before you write your piece. It is a tool for reading too. True or false? True. Okay, so it serves as a guide in organizing your ideas. Next, mind map is a communication tool that uses visual symbols to express knowledge, concepts, thoughts, or ideas, and the relationship between them. True or false? Okay, the answer is true. Okay, another. When writing a draft, the writer must set realistic expectations. True or false? Okay, the answer is true. Next, choosing your most comfortable method is very helpful and useful in writing a draft. True or false? Okay, the answer is true. Next, when doing a brainstorming list, you need to feel pressured. True or false? Of course, this is false. Okay, you don't need to feel pressured when writing and doing your brainstorming list. Okay. And then the last one for the true or false or for your first activity is writing a draft is not helpful and useful at all when producing a literary work. True or false? Of course, this is false. Okay, we must write a draft. This is necessary so that we can make a very good literary piece or literary work. Okay, so moving on to the next activity, we have the brainstorming. Again, please refer to your learning activity sheets. So here is the instruction on how you are going to make this activity under the brainstorming. So make your brainstorming list. List down all the things you can associate with a given topic. Realizations in this time of pandemic. So subcategories were already given to you as prompts, so you can see here on the screen. So there are already the subcategories such as the main struggles, dealing with struggles, life's lesson, and then plans after the quarantine. Okay, so you are going to make your brainstorming list of ideas under the subcategories. Okay, so you can bring out your yellow sheet of paper and then make your activity there. Okay, and then next activity, you have the mind map. Okay, so the instruction is recall your most memorable travel by making your own mind map by applying the parts needed to complete the graphic organizer. Okay, so here on the screen is presented my most memorable travel. Okay, so the topic of your mind map is my most memorable travel. So you can see here is the introduction, supporting details 1, supporting details 2, supporting details 3, and then the ending. And then in the middle, you have your main topic. Okay, so you are going to make your most memorable travel. Okay, so another activity here is so next activity that you are going to answer or make is the outline. Okay, so choose one topic below, then make your own topic outline by following the given template below. Write as much ideas as you can. Okay, so you already have the given topics here, so you are just going to choose which one you want to write about. So we have 1, saddest news I have heard about, 2, distance learning, 3, quarantines, and then 4, home gardening. So you are just going to follow the template. It is already here. Okay, so write your answers on a yellow sheet of paper. Okay, next activity, letter E. So from the previous drafts made, okay, choose one. Then write a short creative non-fiction paragraph by using the rubric below. Use a separate sheet for this activity. Okay, so isn't it you made activities such as the brainstorming list, mind map, and outline. So you are just going to choose which one from those activity or from those draft that you have made, and then transform it into a short creative non-fiction paragraph. Okay, understood? Okay, so I guess you already understood it. So let's move on to the reflection. Okay, so what have you learned from the lesson? What activity or task did you enjoy most and why? What activity or task did you find challenging and you must improve on? Why? Okay, so write your reflections and your answers on your yellow sheet of paper. So I guess we're done. I hope you really learned a lot from today's lesson, and I am so happy because you are here with me and you are learning with me. Okay, so I would like you to take note of this quotation and remember it. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice, by Brian Herbert. Okay, so that's it. Once again, I am your teacher, Rochelle Ceresos, and I'll see you soon. Bye! It has been a great time teaching and learning with you, so I guess it's time to say goodbye. And always keep safe, and God bless you all. Bye! Happy learning!